أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أشهد أن عليا ولي الله أشهد أن عليا حجة الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح حي على خير العمل حي على خير العمل الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا أبي القاسم محمد
صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
السلام عليكم جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الحمد لله الذي يجيبني حين أناديه ويستر علي كل عورة وأنا أعصيه. نحمده ونسبحه ونقدسه على آلائه ونعمائه، ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، إلها واحدا أحدا فردا صمدا قيوما، نؤمن له بالربوبية ونقر له بالعبودية. من يهدي الله فهو المهتدي، ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. ونشهد أن سيدنا محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك وترحم على محمد وآل محمد كأول بأفضل ما صليت وسلمت وباركت وترحمت على إبراهيم وآل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. وصل اللهم وسلم على جميع الأنبياء والمرسلين والأوصياء والصديقين وعترة نبيك الطيبين الطاهرين. عباد الله، أوصيكم وأوصي نفسي بتقوى الله ولزوم أمره. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وأن المساجد لله فلا تدعوا مع الله أحدا. In chapter 72, verse 18, God states, and the places of worship, masajid, means places of worship, are for God. Therefore, do not call upon another alongside God. فَلَا تَدْعُوا مَعَ اللَّهِ أَحَدًا. What does masajid means here? What is meant by this term masajid? Some people say masajid is the earth, the soil of this earth. It's a place of prostration. The Prophet said, the earth has been made for me a place of prostration. So anywhere you walk, anywhere you live, anywhere you travel on this earth is a place of prostration. جُعِلَتْ لِيَ الْأَرْضُ مَسْجِدًا وَطَهُورًا. It's a place of prostration. We put our foreheads on the earth, and it is a source of purity. Also, when we do tayammum, when water is missing and we don't have water to wash, to do wudu, to perform the wudu, then we use the earth, the soil. This is one explanation. The other explanation, masajid, is mawadi'u sujud. The parts of your body that touches the earth when you prostrate. And these places are 7. Number 1, the forehead. Number 2 and 3, the palms of your hands. The palms has to touch the earth. Number 4 and 5, your knees. And number 6 and 7, your toes. Not the feet, toes. Your toes. So these are the 7 places that has, in ordinary circumstances, when you are able to prostrate, because sometimes in the airplane you cannot prostrate. If you do this, sometimes they take you to jail. The air marshal will come after you. So this is an exception. But whenever you are able to perform the sujood, these are the 7 places that has to touch the earth. And the other explanation of masajid is this: places of worship. Places of worship are called masjid when people offer their prayers. And some people, they say it's not only the mosque, Islamic mosque, it could be a church, it could be a temple. Any place of worship that has been dedicated and designated for people to worship is nicknamed masjid. Is nicknamed masjid. So it could be called masjid because it is a place of worship. So these are the meanings that the commentators on the Quran, the mufassirin, the exegists produced. Different opinions on the meaning of masjid. وَأَنَّ الْمَسَاجِدَ لِلَّهِ. So they belong to God. فَلَا تَدْعُوا مَعَ اللَّهِ أَحَدًا. Do not call upon other than God alongside God. If that person is independent from God, don't call upon him. We are not allowed to call upon anyone other than God. If that entity is independent from God, does not call for God. But if you say, Ya Muhammad, and in fact you know that Muhammad is the servant of God, He works for God. He's the messenger of God. He's not independent from God. He doesn't have power to help himself, but from God. And he's an intercessor, shafi' for you with God. Then this is legitimate call. This is not illegitimate. It becomes illegitimate when you go to an idol or to a person and you call upon him alongside God, independently from God. This is the problem. We always say the difference between Iman and Shirk is one word. One word. The difference in the Quran, this book teaches us that the difference between Iman, faith, and disbelief, Shirk, is one word. Iman is when you say, bi'idhnillah, with God's permission. Jesus says, I resurrect the dead, but this is not my own power. With God's permission, with God's leave, with God's strength, with God's authority. Yes, I resurrect. I give you food, sustenance, rizq, but with God's permission. So this is not independently from God. This is with God's permission, bi'idhnillah. But when it comes min dunillah, alongside God, without God, then this is shirk. Because that person is acting independently from God. He has nothing to do with God. This is the difference between Iman and Shirk in the Quran. The other thing here that we have to mention is that what does Quran mean that do not فَلَا تَدْعُوا مَعَ اللَّهِ أَحَدًا? Mosques belong to God. One opinion says, do not name the masjid with people's name. Don't say this, masjid belongs to this person, to that person, to this tribe, to this family, to this sahabi, to this imam. Say Masjidullah, Masjidur Rahman. This is one opinion, that the mosque has to be named after God, only God. We cannot say this is Masjid Muhammad Rasulullah, let's say. But this idea does not work here. It's not right. This is not what is meant by this verse. The second idea, that mosque belongs to God, so only Muslims have to enter the mosque. Non-Muslims have no right to enter the mosque. In some countries, not all of them, if you are not a Muslim, they would not allow you to go inside the mosque. Forbidden. Because they use this verse as a justification. They use this verse that God says it belongs to me. I am the owner of this mosque and I only want the Muslims to come. Again, this idea does not work. This idea is not convincing. It's not the right idea. The third opinion says, وَأَنَّ الْمَسَاجِدَ لِلَّهِ. Verily, places of worship belongs to God. So it has to be open for all mankind, all people, whether they are Muslims or non-Muslims, whether they are believers or non-believers. It has to be open for them, for all of them. All of them are welcomed. All of them are welcome to come and meditate and reflect and learn and enjoy the atmosphere of spirituality, of peace. This is the feeling that you have to develop when you go to the mosque. Not an atmosphere of tension or hate. The mosque has to be welcoming. The mosque has to be peaceful. The mosque has to be clean. The mosque has to be beautiful. The mosque has to be humble. The mosque has to remind me of God, of God's love, of God's mercy, of God's forgiveness, of God's peace. وَأَنَّ الْمَسَاجِدَ لِلَّهِ. Do you know, my friends, sometimes when I go to some cathedrals, some churches, I enjoy the environment. I enjoy the environment. It is really, truly spiritual. Though I am different than them, I don't worship Jesus. I don't worship Jesus. I love Jesus. I don't worship him. He's neither God nor the Son of God. But the atmosphere there is beautiful, is welcoming. It's very calm. It's very peaceful. This is how the atmosphere of the mosque should be. Welcoming for all mankind, whether they believe in God or they don't. Let them come. The house of God belongs to God. It has to be open, no restrictions on anyone. Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib, alayhi salatu wassalam, during his time, there were some people against him by the name of Kharijites, Khawarij. They said, we don't like him. We don't pay allegiance to him as Amir al-Mu'mineen, the Caliph. So some people suggested to Imam Ali that let's ban those people from coming to the mosque. We don't allow them to enter the Grand Mosque of Kufa, where Imam Ali used to be. Huge mosque at that time. Let's ban them. نَمْنَعُهُمْ مَسَاجِدَنَا. We don't allow them to come because they don't like the Caliph. They don't listen to him. They don't obey him. They don't respect him. Amir al-Mu'mineen said, no, I'm not going to ban them. This is not my private property. وَأَنَّ الْمَسَاجِدَ لِلَّهِ. Maybe they disagree with me. Yes, I'm the commander, I'm the leader, I'm the caliph. But also they are a human being. They have the right to come. Sometimes the mosque is your private property. You say, I build the mosque. I am the owner, not God. Then it's up to you. You can allow people to come, certain people to come, and you can ban others not to come. But when the mosque is dedicated for God, then there is no reason for us to ban anyone from coming and learning and listening and participating and expressing, as long as they are not violent. They are not here to sabotage, to destroy. They are here to listen, to debate, to discuss, to accept or reject. They have to come to the mosque. My friends, I always say, we have two institutions in this life. One is for the remedy of the body, and that is called hospital. When you have pain anywhere in your body, you go to the hospital. But when you have pain in your soul, in your heart is suffering. When someone is lost, someone is confused, someone is disoriented in this life, someone who has no shelter, someone who has no love in his life, someone who has no family, someone who has no friends, someone who has no one to listen to him, he should come to the mosque, because it is the hospital of the soul, the ruh, the mind, the heart, where you receive remedy, you enjoy the environment, you sit, you reflect. Many times I say that in the mosque we have to protect the mosque against noise pollution. Even the salawat, you've seen when I say salawat, it has to be calm. Not necessarily we raise our voice, because sometimes we disturb the peace. It is a place of reflection, tafakkur, reflection, meditation. Sometimes we need silence. Not all the time the noise is beneficiary. Sometimes the noise, the talk is counterproductive. Sometimes silence, we need silence. We need to silence our phones, of course, to enjoy the atmosphere of the masjid. So the bottom line, وَأَنَّ الْمَسَاجِدَ لِلَّهِ, it means the mosque has to welcome all people. All people are welcome to the mosque, any mosque. Because mosque is the source of guidance and healing for mankind. It's not a private property. وَأَنَّ الْمَسَاجِدَ لِلَّهِ فَلَا تَدْعُوا مَعَ اللَّهِ أَحَدًا. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين نحمده ونسبحه ونقدسه على آلائه ونعمائه ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأن سيدنا محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك وترحم على محمد وآل محمد كأفضل ما صليت وسلمت وباركت وترحمت على إبراهيم وآل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. وصل اللهم وسلم على خلفاء نبيك وأوصيائه وأهل بيته علي أمير المؤمنين وقائد الغر المحجلين وعلى البضعة الطاهرة فاطمة الزهراء سيدة نساء العالمين وعلى سبطي نبي الرحمة وسيدي شباب أهل الجنة الحسن والحسين عليهما السلام وعلى علي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد وموسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى ومحمد بن علي وعلي بن محمد والحسن بن علي والخلف الهادي المهدي عجل الله تعالى فرجه وسهل مخرجه. عباد الله أوصيكم وأوصي نفسي بتقوى الله ولزوم أمره. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ومن أحسن قولا ممن دعا إلى الله وعمل صالحا وقال إنني من المسلمين. Some time ago I spoke about three main ways of inviting and attracting people to our faith, to our Islamic tradition. I believe that every single Muslim is a preacher, is an imam, is a leader in inviting people. You don't have to wear turban like me. It happened that I graduated from a seminary and, the tradition at that time was to wear a turban. But you don't have to be turbanized to preach Islam. As long as you are a Muslim, good Muslim, able to speak, to communicate, you're going to be da'iyah. وَدَاعِيًا إِلَى اللَّهِ بِإِذْنِهِ. This is one of the titles of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was da'iyah. وَدَاعِيًا إِلَى اللَّهِ بِإِذْنِهِ وَسِرَاجًا مُنِيرًا. Our job in America today, in the West, all of us are du'at, preachers to Islam. But to preachers with our actions, not necessarily only our speeches, our actions. So I said there are three tools. Number one, akhlaq and manner. Nothing is more attractive, more powerful, more convincing than using your manners, your relationships, your humility, your behavior in inviting people to God. Nothing more powerful than that. Prophet Muhammad and his family and his good companions, they invited those harsh-hearted people around them to Islam, not just through preaching, but through acts and actions, through their manners. You know how many people accepted Islam at the hands of the Prophet because of his humility and humbleness, because he was not arrogant, because he was forgiving, because he was not angry. They accepted Islam. They knew that this man has been transformed. Yes, he's a human being, but a special human being. He's not an angel, but he's a human being that has been transformed and reached a human perfection. So they believed him, they followed him. So number one tools, my friends, is akhlaq. When you have akhlaq, you can attract your enemies too, let alone your family and your friends. When you don't have akhlaq, you're going to lose your family members too, not just others. You're going to live lonely when you miss manners, good manners. So this is number one. Number two, we must attract people to our religion through intelligence. My friends, Islam is the religion of intelligence and knowledge and ma'rifah and ilm and learning. It's not religion of ignorance. Islam is not a stupid religion. Islam is not a religion for the stupid people. Islam is a religion for the intelligent people. For those who have open minds, open hearts, those who are broad-minded, not narrow-minded. Therefore, the Prophet ﷺ says, قليل من العلم خير من كثير من العبادة. الله أكبر. قليل من العلم. Little bit of knowledge is better than too much worshipping. Too much worshipping without knowledge does not work, does not help, does not make me a better human being. It's only an exercise. I need to know why I'm worshipping. I need to discover. I need to understand. I need to have intelligence. I need to open my heart to learn from others. In another hadith, he says, أكثر الناس قيمة أكثرهم علما. People with more value are those who are with more knowledge and understanding and openness. وأقل الناس قيمة أقلهم علما. Sorry, this is the Prophet. I don't want to insult anyone. But the Prophet says people with least value are those with least knowledge. Those who don't want to learn. I said last night here, you don't have to go to the Ivy League schools to be knowledgeable. Sometimes a person did not go to school, did not go to college, did not go to university, but he is very knowledgeable. The example is the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He didn't have a teacher. He didn't go to school. But he was the most, and he is the most knowledgeable person in this universe. More knowledgeable than Jibreel alayhi salam, than the angels. He didn't go to formal school. So don't get me wrong. When I say people don't have education, I don't necessarily mean people who did not go at all to school. But some people, they go to school, but they don't have knowledge. And some people, sometimes they don't go to school, but they have knowledge. They are self-taught. This life, you can teach yourself. Don't you find some students, they do homeschooling? They don't go to school. Self-taught. He sits at home. There's the internet, online. There are books, there are teachers, there are debates, discussions, and open-mindedness. So we can learn. We cannot invite to Islam, we cannot invite people to Islam through ignorance. It happened many, many times. People came to my office to learn about Islam. Some of them, they wanted to convert immediately. I told them, no. Listen, what do you know about Islam? Do you know? Have you read? What did you read? Tell me. Can I ask you a few questions? When I find out that they have knowledge, I tell them, no, please. This is an exclusive club. We don't accept anyone. I would never go to the street and say people become Muslim. No, I'm proud of my Islam. You have to work hard to earn it. Islam is not cheap. Islam is not cheap. We don't want to add more numbers. Believe me, we have 1.5 billion worldwide. Do we need more Muslims? No. We need equality Muslims. We need open-minded Muslims. We need committed Muslims. We need forgiving Muslims. We need sacrificing Muslims. We don't need any Muslims. We have good number of people. Crowded, mashallah. Go to Friday prayers, mosques are crowded. But how many of people are really committed? They build their families, communities, societies themselves. How many of those? We need equality people. So don't turn to Islam today and tomorrow you fight with your boyfriend and then you leave Islam. I don't like this. When you become Muslim, I want you to be committed. I want you to know why you are a Muslim. So if your mother asks you, why did you change your religion from Judaism, Christianity, Buddhism, atheism into Islam? You have the answer, convincing answer, not emotional answer. Rational answer, intellectual answer, convincing answer. And this comes only through studying, my friends, researching. Sometimes we allocate some money to purchase things, to go to restaurants, to have some entertainment, to go to the movie theater. We have to allocate the same amount of money to purchase books. to go to schools, to register in some educational programs. We have to expand the mind. If you don't expand your mind, you're going to lose. Islam is a religion that is based, God says in this book, قُلْ هَاتُوا بُرْهَانَكُمْ. I have burhan. I have evidence, solid evidence. It's not a religion of superstition. We don't have superstition in Islam. We don't believe in superstitions. Have you seen me here for the last 1 year I speak about dreams? I don't speak. I see dreams, but I don't use them as evidence. God says dreams, superstitions, stories, fairy tales, they do not work. Bring burhan, bring solid evidence. وَلْهَاتُوا بُرْهَانَكُمْ إِن كُنْتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. The third, tools of invitation, I'm going to postpone it until next week because it takes time. So the first tool was what? Of invitation. Akhlaq. The second, ilm, knowledge. And the third is what? Can you guess? I'm not going to tell you. Huh? Is what? Conduct is akhlaq, is the first one. Conduct. Akhlaq, manners. What is the third one? Practice is the first one, akhlaq. Act is the first one, included in the first one. Da'wah is, the entire process is called da'wah. I am speaking about tools. How do you invite? Da'wah is, yes, sisters? What? Say that again. Money, inshallah, money, we will make money, inshallah. This is a good one. I like it, but it's not the third one that I put on paper. I tell you about it. It's here in my notes, number 3. I'll speak about it and you will be surprised what the third tool is going to be, inshallah. My friends, the month of Ramadan is arriving on Monday, inshallah. Most likely, if the weather is clear here in Southern California, we will be able to see the moon, inshallah, the new moon. Therefore, Monday is going to be the first day of the month of Ramadan. And by the way, you know, we spend and we waste our time. When is the beginning of the first 15 days of Ramadan, we spend fighting over when was the first day of Ramadan. The second 15 days over when the Eid is going to be. And we lose the spirit of Ramadan, the spirit of learning, the spirit of humility, the spirit of togetherness, love, harmony, peace. We lose this because we keep arguing on the beginning and the end of the month. So, inshallah, it will be Monday. Maybe in other countries it will be Tuesday, or maybe Thursday also. But here, inshallah, most likely Monday. We're going to open the mosque every night, but the iftar is offered only 3 nights, unlike previous years, where we had the iftar every night. This year, we have a reason, and I'm going to tell you the reason. We have Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. These 3 nights we have iftar, where we begin with the salat first. We do the salat, and then the iftar, and then the rest of the program. And I'll be here at your service. Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, we will open at 9 p.m. inshallah with dua al-iftitah. We don't do tarawih in this mosque. So dua al-iftitah at 9, and then 9:20 I'll be, inshallah, reflecting on the Quran with you. The reason we want to have only 3 nights, not the whole week, the iftar, we want you to spend some time with your families. We live in America. We are all busy, running. Do you know I am one of you who don't get to see his kids? Believe me. I don't see my kids because they are busy. Finals after finals, school after school, you know. So we need to spend time. The month of Ramadan is an occasion when we bring the family together. Family reunion, family coherence, family togetherness. Family peace, family dialogue, family communication. We need to have this around the iftar time. Now, after the iftar, inshallah, if you eat and you can make it to the mosque at 9, it would be good, especially for those who live in Irvine. So we want you to donate, inshallah, for these 3 nights of every week, and we want you to make it a point that you come to the mosque. If you can come every night, that would be wonderful. Ramadan connects us to God. Throughout the year, we are running after the dunya to make ends meet. This month, we have to slow down. Slow down your speed. Don't rush. Slow down. Reflect. It's a month of reflection. لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. Reflect on your past, your present, your future, your life, your family, your children, your job, your work, your friends, your community, your country. Reflect. It's a month of reflection. So let's get together, inshallah, to enjoy the spirit of the month of Ramadan. Inshallah, this month is a month of blessings and love and mercy, and most importantly, forgiveness, inshallah, for all the Muslims worldwide. Allahumma aghfir lil mu'minina wal mu'minat wal muslimina wal muslimat al ahya'i minhum wal amwat tabi' Allahumma baynana wa baynahum bil khayrat innaka mujibud da'awat وعجل في فرج إمامنا صاحب العصر والزمان وإلى أرواح المؤمنين والمؤمنات ثواب الفاتحة مع الصلاة على محمد وآل محمد.